And we are back on the CS podcast. I'm your host, Chris Shanfeld, and I'm now joined by University of Nebraska-Kearney defensive end / outside linebacker, Elhadji Ndiaye. How's it going, man?
Hello, man. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. So I just want to say thanks for joining the show. It's, we have a mutual friend in Sean DePasquale, and he's been hyping you up, man. He's been hyping you up, and I could definitely see why.
I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me. Sean is a great friend of mine as well, man.
Oh yeah, he's definitely a great guy. I love how he gets these names just out there, and he does a great job at what he does. And I guess my first question to you, man, is when did you start playing football?
Man, I didn't really get focused on football again since I'll say two years ago. 2-3 years ago, my brother was a football player coming out of high school his junior year. And at the time I was playing basketball, the coaches would come in and recruit, and they'll look at me and they thought I was my brother, and they'll ask me, if I play football or not. So I thought, just the fact that everybody was asking me the same things everywhere I go, whether I play football or not, was kind of like, there's a reason for it. So, Stoots, who was the coach of Arizona at the time, told me, hey, we'll offer you and your brother if there's something you want to take serious. And so I started training with my cousin, who was a fifth year NFL veteran, and we just started getting focused on it, and boom, the rest is history, man.
And reading this article on you from Sean DePasquale, like you said, I see you plan on attending the University of Arizona. Head coach at the time, Mike Stoops, offered you a walk-on spot. But once Stoops was fired, your opportunity to go there was no longer. What was that like, thinking you're going to go to Arizona for school and to play football, and then one day you get informed that there's a change of plans?
It was, nothing new. There's been ups and downs in my life. It was just a challenge to me. I had to put my ego aside and take a look at, the lower level as an option, And, that's what I did. I contacted a friend of mine who was at Kearney. We went to junior college together, and he liked the program. He liked Nebraska-Kearney, so he told me I should give it a shot because, they have a great coaching staff out there, which they do. So I decided to, give it a shot. And it's one of the best decisions I made, It's a great coaching staff out there.
Well, was that a tough decision to make, though? Because I know at the time you were in San Diego playing basketball, and correct me if I'm wrong, but sounds like you were doing pretty well out there.
I was doing well, but like my cousin always told me, hey, with your height, weight, speed, you can't teach that, man. There's a lot of point guards your size in the NBA, but in the NFL, your size is rare, And I took that to heart. And once I decided to, focus on football fully, I didn't look back, man. I didn't look back. And, we did a lot of work every day. He brought his helmets from the former teams he played for, and we went to, the field every day and just worked on my techniques and things like that.
Now, you did say that last season was your first year playing college football, correct?
Yeah, absolutely. It was, didn't know nothing, when I walked in, everything I knew was based off of what my cousin showed me and, from previous other experiences. And, I walked in there and just soaked it in. I was a sponge, I just learned, and I had to, God has blessed me with the ability to, learn, pick up things quickly, and I was able to do that.
Now, so far this season, you've been starting for the University of Nebraska-Kearney, and it was in the third game of the season against Missouri Western State where you recorded your first quarterback sack. Can you tell us how all that felt?
It felt great, man. There was the first two games, came close, but had to adjust a little bit. Had to adjust to the game, because last year, I came in as a third down guy, just blitzing and things like that. So I didn't really throw me in the fire. They brought me along slowly. And, this year, the first few games, I had to just get used to things, man. But that first sack felt good, man. It was, I
According to NFLDraftDiamonds.com, you have a total of 47 tackles, 9.5 tackles for losses, 7 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. You guys have a record of 3-7, but how would you describe the season you are having personally?
Personally, man, the way I look at it, the way the season turned out, I couldn't ask for any better from a personal, individual standpoint, because as the season went by, I got better. Every game I got better and better and better. And, of course, it's unfortunate that, due to a lot of injuries from the quarterback position and, from other special, position receivers, we had a lot of injuries. Some of our top guys went down. And, there's a lot of things that go into football that people still don't understand. They just see your record and they think, hey, you guys are terrible. But behind that, our coaching staff had to deal with a lot of injuries. And, personally, we was always on the field, unfortunately on defense, we was constantly on the field. And, we didn't get a chance to play with a lead a lot this season, And so, a lot of teams, if you're playing with the lead, then mostly they're going to run the ball. And that's what most teams did with us. They ran the ball a lot because they played with the lead. And there's games where, we was fortunate enough to play with the lead, and that's when I had the opportunity to pick it back and go after the quarterback. So that's why I personally don't have any regrets with how the season went down, because I made the most of my opportunities when I had the chance to.
Hey, that's all you could do. And you mentioned that you felt personally that you got better after every single game. What is something, a part of your game, that you are really confident about, and what is something that maybe you feel like you could work on, if anything?
I'm gonna start with the things I need to work on, man. Right now it's natural. Just I don't have a lot of bad habits because I'm new to the game. My pad level could get better every day. That's something that you can always get better at. Getting your pad level down and focusing on the guy in front of you. There's times in the season, early in the season, where I'll take on a double team, but I'm so focused on the ball, trying to make a play on the ball instead of focusing on the guy in front of me. There's just small things that I feel like, with a lot of repetition, I'll get better at. And, as far as things that I know for a fact that I'm good at, it's pass rushing, man. It's something I do naturally, man. A lot of work came into it, but you know what? I have, the speed. I was blessed with a lot of speed and off the edge, man. I get a one-on-one, man. There's not many guys that can stay in front of me, to be honest.
Gotta love the confidence, man. Now you mentioned you have a cousin that has spent some time in the NFL. He's a 5-year veteran. Can you tell us a few things that you believe he has helped you with? I mean, he seems like he's a huge supporter of yours.
Man, when I came back this past summer to San Diego, I stayed with him. It was like he put me in a program, man. It was me, him, Mike Tolbert. We did a lot of cardio stuff, things to get me in great shape. We did some boxing. We took yoga classes. We did a lot of pool workout, core strength, and then in the mornings, our first workout starts with technique stuff. We'll go on the field for about an hour or two, just work on just fundamentals of the game, just constantly just working on, just base blocking and, the techniques with, hand placement and things like that. And, for someone who played in the league for so long, he knew what he was doing, and it showed during the season to me. There's times where I was doing things, and I can remember telling myself, wait a minute, this is what I worked on, while I'm running, so... he helped out a lot, man. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be in this position right now.
Now, maybe it's your cousin, maybe it's your good friend Ziggy Ansah, maybe it's somebody else. But if you would compare yourself to a player currently playing in the NFL today, who do you think that would be and why?
I've heard, Q Nuka, but, I feel I'm a little bit more athletic than him. Everybody says it's Ziggy Ansah. Ziggy, we similar. There's a lot of similarities, but I think my sideline speed is a little bit faster. But I would say Ziggy Ansah, but I guess I feel he's a little bit bigger than me from a weight standpoint. But I would say I compare myself to Clement of the Seahawks. You know, Chris Clement or Cliff Averill. Those two guys are, I study the most because, we have the same body type, same physical, abilities, and those are the guys that I study the most, man. I see myself as a Chris Clement.
Hey, man, both of those guys are having a lot of success in the NFL today, so you cannot go wrong with that.
Absolutely, man. I try to learn from the best, man, because I want to be the best, man.
Hey, that's awesome. Now I see according to databasefootball.com, there isn't a big list of players from the University of Nebraska-Kearney that are currently in the NFL. Do you feel that you can be one of those names on that list, though?
Absolutely, man. A lot of work went into this, man, and I feel I have the potential and the work ethic to get to that level. It's a matter of just getting my shoe in the door, and once I'm in, there's no turning back, man. Because I work anybody, and that's the one thing I pride myself in. Because I always live by this quote of hard work be talent when talent fails to work hard, and that's how I am. I feel like I can't sit out there and let somebody else outwork me, and I'm trying to take care of my family, and that's one of the things that I pride myself in.
After this great season that you just had for the University of Nebraska-Kearney, you do indeed plan on joining the 2014 NFL Draft. Is that correct?
Absolutely, man. It's a process, just taking it one day at a time, man, and just getting myself in the bowl games and taking, going from there, one step at a time. Right now, just find out I was going to be invited to the NFLPA game. I'm excited about that, and I can't wait to get out there and show these scouts the things I can do.
Hey, man, best of luck in that NFLPA game, man. I love the confidence you have. You're hungry. I already know it. I really appreciate your time. I got to say, it's been a pleasure speaking with you, and I'm wishing you nothing but the best. Congrats on a great season, man.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me, man.
All right, take care.
Take care. Thanks.